Okay, Mayado Tep. So we all know they took
Okay,
this
so
off.
yeah, Mayat, Hotep, love and peace and light and all that, right?
I'm putting it back up.
So yeah, you know who this is. This is Amon-Ra son, the Sarod. I remember back in the day, let me tell you why I decided to come out here and rush these the way I feel like doing it right now and tell you exactly how I feel because I already done invited everybody to the realm of, you know what it is, don't say what I need to say. Alright? That's where I'm at. Let me make that perfectly clear. This is where I'm at. I wanted to be perfectly clear to everybody that if you come and listen to any of these videos I put up, alright, I'm gonna say what I want to say. Now back in the day, I'm guilty of saying some names and calling some names. So see, because I am the constituent of the sunlight that I am, that was put here to bring the chastisements to this earth. And then when you done messed, I shouldn't even say messed up, but let's say that you done got yourself involved so much where the light itself called you out by name, meaning that in all this system of time and space, that realm that we can all permeate forever and traverse, somehow when I ended up here on earth, having interactions with the people I was summoned to have interactions with, you ended up somehow universally being one of those people. And since universally arranged that you would be one of those people, it was universally arranged that you would hear your name coming out of my mouth at the time that all that was happening. So it ain't got nothing to do with my personification. What it has to do with is that energy that we all truly encompass of. It's that energy that I'm talking about right now that calls you out as to say to you, you know what, this ain't no joke. Watch what's gonna happen. After he been warning you, you see all this stuff going on and you see them still lying. The ones who misled you in the first place and got you off your ramification of your understanding of you having that goddess and God constituent quality that you truly are, being that star seed that I've been trying to awaken in everyone. So when the universe calls you out by name, it's like they serious want your ass awakened. So feel that. Instead of you running around here wanting to be angry at somebody, you should understand the fact that if I didn't have the courage to do what I did and go through what I went through, the suffering and the heartache, all that time of deprivation, deliberate, constant, the malicious attack from those bastards that we all know they did it down there supposed to call themselves standing on the principles of Constitution and democracy. And we can see that ain't nothing but everything that made us all end up being the wayward people that we all are. That misguidance of us. Deliberate attempt and a deliberate implement of their efforts to make sure that we all become the lost huddled masses that we all are today. So now when this light system comes back to the earth and it has a specific plan on how it's going to do things, what it has to do is use what's available as materialism, like with any other project. If you don't have the right materials, you can't do it. So you have to go either change the project and do what you can do, what you got, or either you go get what you don't have. If you serious about getting the project completed, that's just what you do. So see, when God come out here and call your ass by name, like what happened to me, see, I'm at work walking around and, oh, I'm like, what the? And ain't nobody there but me, see. So that was the initiation to you hearing me saying your name out of my mouth after I accepted the calling from the universe. Because see, the universe called me. And when I answered, it had already manifested inside of me the information that it was going to refer to when I have to come out here and give my demonstration to the world of my definement of what I have saw and describe to you what I believe is the cause of all that, see? So now when you be a person that's from the gate summoned by the universe, it's like, all right, you better pay attention because I'll call your ass right by name and point out to you that, yeah, you was doing this shit with me. So all this old evil shit that you got running around out here and everything, you better stop and check yourself and really be aware of what it is that you're doing and why you're being something other than what I intended for you to be, is what I'm alive asking everyone. So, you know, when I come out here and I have to demonstrate all that, I go through all this hatred, all this ostracizing, and all this poverty, and all these deliberate malicious conflicts that I have constantly all over Chicago, especially from the black people who refuse to help. because they're receiving monetary supplements from the establishment that keep us divided like that because it's very profitable for them and it is seriously and a synonymous relationship with their goals to make sure they rule the world forever and deprive everyone. So if they got you divided by you receiving their little trinkets in their economically deprived world, that's where we see the inflation constantly going up. And they got them billions of dollars to aid someone else. Okay. As we all running around here behind all we done got behind and under. So I'm saying all this to you because of the fact that when I was explaining all the things that were to come and all the things explaining all the things that had already come, it's only because I needed to do that so we can all really get a good reference of understanding of where we are right now. See, that's what it's all about. To show you, right, in real time, what is really going on with us. Where we're sitting with them, misguiding everyone, and trying to do everything they can to make sure that all of the black people become white. Because it's beneficial to white men that be able to sit around and boast and say, there's too many people in the world. We should vaccinate all of the non-white people. And kill them, pretty much. Poison them. And then it gets right back in everybody's face.
And then, you know, if you get to talking about that type of stuff, the next thing you know, your video gonna get censored because we live in a world where people have these devilish ass motives, and since they sit on principles of wanting to be in control of everyone's lives, they'll come out here and give you a whole bunch of bullshit script and be insistent that you let them violate your physicality for your own good. But then as you do your research and watch what's going on around you, you get real suspicious about what their true motive is and what it is that's really enticing them to be coming at you with that guile. You know, their freaking crafty wizardry that you know about. And then they had the nerves to try to make you seem like you don't know what you're talking about and you're a bad person for being suspicious of their conspiring to eradicate your privileges from you on this earth and literally make you come up not breathing, okay?
To you guys, from a conceptualization of his implements. And then, you know, we had to push this guy out of the picture so everything about him and that Egypt shit and that Amarat shit, it won't even get no play and all. Getting money and recognition and suits and all that shit feathered. And every nasty damn thing that I had to go through. And guess what? The people around me immediately that had every damn negative thing to say about me. And this right back in everybody's face, that, wait a minute, we're not going to be taking these vaccinations when we...
That's absolutely right. When we know what happened with all this shit in the past, okay? So I'm not saying nothing about anything in particular. I'm just talking in general. So now I'm going to go on to reiterate the fact that after I came out here and opened the door for us to all be going into some waters and discussing some matters that we're mostly, you know, not allowed to discuss. And then, of course, here comes the censor and everything. But my thing is, just listen to how now everybody is taking off their freaking shackles and coming out fearlessly. Divine woman, and all that stuff that I did when I came out first, wanted to break the pool and had to go through all my torment and my torture all by myself. Now they all come out with their suit and their ties, of course, sponsored by you know who, to come out here and give you his version of All of My Heart, 20 years worth of study. And then that information came out with my boldness about coming out and be, how dare you come out here and oppose everything that we got set up. Well, yeah, I did it. And now that I got the damn level, the ground is all level and ready for the seeds to be planted. Here they is now, accept the money from him and his wardrobes and every damn thing he's got to offer, coming out here regurgitating my shit and then getting high appraisal for being there, original people to bring that information. And then this is what has been going on forever, and this is just really damn disgusting. You know, it really is.
We know in the past what has happened with these vaccines. So all this stuff that we all have a real good, clear vision of what's going on now with this genocide and all this shit that's going on in the world. It's what the universe had planned to be the fruition outcome. So now we got a bunch of people that watch me be whipped and tarred and feathered and every nasty damn thing that I had to go through. And guess what? The people around me immediately that had every damn negative thing to say about me and despised me and lied on me and ostracized me and just left me in the cold to the curb by myself. Now all of a sudden, look at everybody else out there that's regurgitating my shit.
Thieves.
And then they get all this approval from everyone, and they getting money and recognition and suits and all that shit
And
because the
deliberately
devil now
starved me out.
knows
Blocked
he's
me.
been exposed. So what he want to do
Steal it.
is spoon feed it
Yeah.
to you guys
And like he the
from
original.
a conceptualization
Right,
of his implements. And then, we had to push this guy out of the picture so everything
Just like
about
where his
him and
Bible
the
came
Egypt shit
from.
and that Amara shit, it won't even get no play and all of this, but we're gonna have our suits and our ties and our manicured nails, and then we're gonna have our actors,
And his black women.
like we'll get a psychiatrist.
Brothers, men. Coming
That's
out here
that.
with that shit.
Yeah, I'm a psychiatrist. Okay, well, is this guy right here that you're talking to learn about?
Talking about that black guy that you all running around now having a problem with somebody saying something about him being dead. Well, we talked about him when he was alive. I'm sure that's going to happen to all of us. There's going to be people while we're alive that have negative things to say about us, and when we die, they're not going to stop talking about the negative things just because we perish. That's bullshit. So when you have an opposition out there that wants their silly, meaning their agenda to fly in everybody's face, and they're trying to push men with men and women with women, and then they get these black motherfuckers to come out there and help them do that shit. When God start killing all that black ass, and preachers too, nobody should say shit when people come out and say, see, this is because they joined up with the opposition and wanted to discredit us and make us look bad. Okay? He's sitting his ass up talking about, since the black women are not acting right, black men should be with black men. I heard him say that myself. Okay, I heard him say that myself. So he was nothing but a devil. That's just it, and that's just all.
How to be a better woman. Now, this is crazy. You, first of all, are a woman. And you are a high accredited woman because you
Saw her, some lady on there with him claiming she was a psychiatrist, talking to him. And then she's a woman and a psychiatrist that goes to him, and he's not a psychiatrist or a woman, but she goes to him to get advice on how to be a better woman and how to be more pleasing to men. And she's the woman and the psychiatrist. But he's supposed